Hey there, Shalyn. Great speaking with you earlier today. Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. My name is Seleni McGregor, and I work with business owners across the state of Utah. Again, I'm based out of Utah County myself, so I put together this quick custom video for you about your online presence and specifically how you stack up against your competition. So at this point, I'm sure that you're most likely sitting there asking yourself, why would she be doing this and what's the catch? Well, that is a fair question. I have just found that most local business owners are too busy actually running their business, maybe swamped with payroll, helping customers, answering questions, dealing with employees, and just staying on top of jobs that many times learning how to leverage the internet to benefit your company just gets buried underneath all of the other to-dos. And let's be real, half the time you may not have hired somebody yet is because you don't know who to trust or know who is truly an expert. So that is exactly why I make videos like this. I have found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of things that they can actually do to impact their business for free, it has resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and saying, hey, I like you, Seleni, can you please just handle this for me? So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and can see that I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, then shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan that I gave to you and do it yourself, that totally works for me too. Now let's cover the 3 things that are going to set Royal Flamingo pools and spas above your competition. First is content, second citations, and third backlinks. So first up is content. Excuse me. So since Google isn't a human, it doesn't just know what you do. It needs to be told through your content. So content is basically going to be anything here that you can see on your homepage that is highlighted. So this is text, pictures, what your pictures are saved as, what's behind the pictures. All of that can be considered content. Now to give you an example of the images here, let's just scroll down. Whoa, sorry, my mouse kind of went crazy there for a second. Let's go ahead and do a right click, a save as to one of your images here. We can see you've got it named as Pool 2. Now instead of something like Pool 2, this would be a great way to be able to leverage high volume keywords by including those in the detailed image descriptions here. Again, all of these things are things that the Google bots are able to read and basically get an idea of what is this business, what services are they targeting, what areas are they targeting, and that's going to position you in the search ranking. So the goal is having unique and authoritative content and enough of it to add in the right keywords and phrases that people are actually searching for in Google for somebody to find the services that you offer. Most owners know that they need content, but what they don't know is that in order to rank number 1 on Google for pool building, the average content count is 1,500 to 2,400 words on your homepage, while making sure that it has, again, the right keywords and phrases that your customers are actually searching for. Now, when I copied your content here and I plugged it into one of my tools, I can see here that your website is sitting around 588 words here on your homepage. Again, just increasing that using the right keywords would be a great way to be able to help beat out your competition. This is what helps drive competitors' business, and it is 100% beatable. Now we're actually going to jump over here to my tool. This is called Ahrefs. It's a really cool tool. Typically it costs a couple $100 per month if you guys wanted to go get this for yourself, but it essentially gives me behind the scene details that Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. And I can get a really good idea of what is working well for you and your competition. So I've actually got your competition pulled open here. We've got cutting edge polls. I guess just running over here. These guys are currently ranking number 1 for pool builders in St. George. On that key term that I've got plugged in here. So I actually just went ahead and threw in their website here so I can kind of show you an overview. Again, this tool helps me to be able to see what's working well for them and for your competition as well as you. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper. We can see here that they are being found for 35 keywords on their website and about what type of traffic their website is pulling in every single month. We're going to take a deeper look specifically into their keywords since that has to do with content, and we can see the exact keywords that they are ranking for and what your customers are searching for every month. Right off the bat, we're seeing that they are ranking in a high position here for the term Pool Builders St. George, Utah. That is being searched alone 70 times every single month. Now they are being found for a couple other St. George pool, pool keywords, but specifically we want to look at like more pool building. So I also wanted to kind of show you this in just one quick spot to show you St. George Pool Builders. These are some other key terms that are being found. So St. George Pool Builders is also being searched 70 times every month. This one is the one that I just showed you at 70 searches every month. Pool builders in St. George, Utah, 40 times every month. St. George, Utah pool builders, 40 times every month. St. George pool builders, 10 times every month. So again, there are several of these keywords that have a volume of people actually searching for these services in your area. What would happen if your business was getting all of that traffic, or even just a percentage of that traffic? Now let's actually dive back over here into the same tool. I've got your URL plugged in here. I can see the exact same overview here. I can see how many keywords your website is being found for, and I can see about what traffic is coming to your website every month. Now again, let's dive in specific to your keywords, and we can see what you are being found for here. I'm actually going to do Command F and type in St. George just to kind of highlight it. We do want to focus on location specific keywords because that is where your buyers are actually searching. Some of these other ones are national terms, and it's really not going to help you down in the St. George area. But taking a look here, you can see your highest ranking one. You are showing in 5th position for this term, pool builders, St. George, Utah. Again, this is the one being searched 70 times every month. However, you are in the 5th position, so you're near the bottom of the first page on that. Otherwise, you are being found for Premier Pools in St. George. That's got 0 volume though. You're in the 20th position as well, so 2nd page of Google for that. Pool service in St. George, you are being found for. That is being searched 30 times every month. However, you're landing on the 6th page of Google for this. Let me see if there was another one down here. And then another one, Premier Pools and Spa St. George. No volume there, but you are landing on the 2nd page of Google if somebody were to search for that. So just again, kind of seeing some of those other keywords, with these other pool builders of what that would do for your business to be able to capture and optimize for these key terms so that you are being found when people are actually plugging these in, that your website is pulling up number 1 in these areas. And of course, today I just focused on pool building. I assume you guys are doing all of the maintenance and repairs. You've got maintenance here, I'm sure repairs, some other stuff in there. Those all have separate sets of key terms that we can do the same type of research for. Today, just for the sake of trying to keep this a little bit short, just focusing on the builds, and I know that's a high dollar job for you as well. So being able to capitalize on part of this traffic would be instrumental for your business. Now, let's actually go ahead and dive into kind of a second section here. If we jump over here into Google, we can actually type in that same key term that I've got plugged in here, pool builders, St. George, Utah, one of those higher volume key terms here. First of all, we can see up here at the very top, we can see the ads section. Here's the thing with ads. Ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if your website isn't dialed in, or like if customers are using an ad blocker. So just be really careful to not burn through your money on Google Ads until you know for sure that your website is going to convert. Now we're actually going to jump down here below the ad section into the coveted map section. This area has a lot to do with the second important things that we're going to talk about, which is citations. Now you're probably asking yourself, what is a citation? Why do they matter? Well, great questions. So this is called the Google Map Pack. I'm sure you've seen it. You've probably used this section, and luckily for you, you guys are showing in the 3rd spot currently right here in the map. So congratulations to you guys for landing here. We're going to just continue to talk about citations and this area just to make sure that you are educated on what it takes to get here, and so that you can make sure that you are staying here and keeping your ranking here. So to get yourself here in the top 3, the number 1 thing that Google looks at is a thing called citations. So they are just your name, address, and phone number being listed on as many online directories like these. Having citations helps Google to be able to verify you and then give relevance to your local business. So what's helping keep your spot up here is having citations. Again, making sure that you're continuing to increase those so you can keep your rankings here. As you continue to do that, you continue to gain credibility from Google and trust from Google, therefore pushing you here above your other competition. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your rankings here, if not even pushing yourself to the top by increasing your amount of citations and optimizing your Google business profile here. Again, to be able to do that, there are paid tools like WhiteSpark and BrightLocal that tell us the exact directories that competition is listed on. Then you can go out and at least match them. But of course, you don't want to just match. You want to go get more than them. Again, what we've seen is with most pool companies that are ranking number 1, they're usually around 100 to 200 citations. So you guys, where you're not number 1, you might be having less than that. So you need to go out and do the research and find out which citations are going to help you beat out your competition to get into an even higher ranking here. Now, let's talk about the last thing that I wanted to go over with you today, which is backlinks, or often called link juice. This is really going to help you dominate here on Google. Again, when we typed in Pool Builders St. George, Utah, and we went below the map pack, we get down in here into the organics listing section. Now, we can see here your site is not ranked as number 1, number 2, number 3, or 4. However, you are pulling up on the 5th spot. So this is great that you guys are landing on the first page of Google. However, you ideally would like to be in the top 3 spots here because Google statistics have shown that the top 3 businesses on Google get about 75% of your clicks. Meaning most of your potential customers are choosing one of these first 3 results and might never even be making it down to your listing. So in order to get up here in the top spots, you just need to beat out your competition in every aspect. You need authority. So again, how do you get this authority? Well, this is where the backlinks come into play. So a backlink is just when one website links to another website online. The easiest way to think about it is like a popularity contest back in high school. You want the coolest, most popular kid to be recommending you. So in this popularity contest here, the one with the most relevant quality sites linking back to them, and I do say relevant because not all backlinks are created equal, but they are the ones winning here. So you guys are pool builders, right? You wouldn't want to get a backlink from an ice cream shop linking back to you because you don't make ice cream. Although that would be tasty, that backlink would be kind of useless to you and could actually even harm your website. But if you were to get a backlink from like a local blog or industry specific site linking back to you, that would be much more effective. Now again, let's jump over here into my tool. Again, let's go back to the overview. I can see here that you guys have 53 links being pointed towards your website. Jumping over to your competition, and again, quick plug here, 53 is not bad. I mean, it's definitely a great start. It's just not dominating. But if we jump over here into your competitor, we can see that they have 203 backlinks being pointed back to their website. And some are from very strong, relevant sources. When I was looking at some of your guys' backlinks, they're not the highest quality. And so it's really not adding the power in the way that you need it to be, especially if you're trying to beat out your competition and getting in those top spots. Again, this is very beatable with time, and with this tool, I'm able to go in here and I can actually see the exact links that they're being linked from and go get those same ones, if not better ones. Again, very beatable with time to get you here to the top of Google. It's not magic. It is just a tried and true method, and I have shown you that method today. So again, the 3 things that you can do today to grow your online presence is first, focusing on your content, getting it to at least 1,500 words here with the right keywords and phrases that people are actually searching for in your area, again, so that you guys get found. Second, citations, just continuing to make sure you continue to get your name, address, and phone number on as many directories. That way you at least keep your rankings in the top 3, if not helping push you into the top position there. And then lastly, with the backlinks, just making sure that you get more quality sites pointing back to you guys to show that you are the authority. If you implement these strategies today, you can be number 1 across Google. Now, I'm sure that you're sitting there asking yourself, okay, well, what now? Well, you really have a few options. First, if you feel like you cannot handle any more clients every single month, that is absolutely fair. If you could just send me a quick note and telling me you watched the video, I would love to hear your thoughts about it. That way I can increase and improve how I do this to provide value for future business owners. On the other hand, if you are ready to grow, you can take this blueprint and you can implement these 3 strategies on your very own today. I gave you the formula that businesses pay tons of dollars to have, and it's all yours to use to help your company. Now, if you found this information valuable, and if you're one of those business owners to still raise their hands for the most effective route, just go ahead and respond to my email. We'll set up a time to chat and dive deeper into your specific situation. Again, my name is Seleni, and I look forward to your feedback. Have a great day.